Preventing ID Theft. This presentation is part of a 7-part series by Apprizin on getting and staying on track with your finances. Apprizin is a nonprofit counseling agency that has helped millions of people since 1955. Today we'll cover 4 steps to help you with ID theft: to discover, to deter, to detect, and defend. The first step is to become informed. ID theft occurs when someone steals your personal information and uses it fraudulently. ID theft can cost you money and time. ID theft can destroy your credit and ruin your good name. ID theft can occur through various methods. One is when a security data breach happens at a business or organization. Another method is phishing or vishing. This occurs when someone tries to get information and acts as a trusted company or a bank and asks you to give information either over the phone or over the internet. One of the more common ways is information that's just left out and lying around the home, or dumpster divers who are going through trash looking for unshredded paperwork. Theft of mail also is a way that people can get valuable information from you. And finally, another way is when you are out. A lost or stolen wallet, or someone looking over your shoulder while you're making transactions, or card skimming where someone has a device to be able to get the information that's on your credit cards. In 2012, over 1.1 million Americans fell victim of identity theft, accounting for over $1.4 billion. Identity theft has been a top consumer complaint for the past 7 years. And the big problem is, on average, a victim spends over 30 hours of their time and over $500 out of their pocket just to clear up the problem. Over 50% of the identity theft was committed by someone that the victim knew, and there's been a big increase in data breaches, social network, and mobile technology. Children are 51% more likely to become victims of identity theft. Often it's not detected until the child gets to the age where they're applying for a job or a loan. Under 18 is the fastest growing population for identity theft, and what the crooks do is they use the child's social security number to get and open accounts in a different name. Medical identity theft occurs when someone uses your medical records to obtain goods or services. There's been an increase in identity theft due to social media. Many sites like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and others are where people can find names, addresses, birth dates, mother's maiden names, employee names, phone numbers, pet names, all types of things which people post, and not thinking about the fact that someone will try to friend them, get that information, and use it to steal our identity. They use this social media to use programs that could possibly get them your social security number or other important information. So don't use the same passwords on multiple sites, and increase your security or privacy settings and protection. Here's a map showing complaints by state. You can see in the dark green states, your chances of your identity being stolen are about 1 in 1,000. For those that are stolen from outside places, the phone and the email lead the way. And you can see that most people between the ages of 21 and 60 are likely to be the victims of identity theft. Here we see how your information is misused to set up another identity, phones or utilities, government documents or benefits, and credit cards lead the way. This information may surprise you. Family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, or people who work inside your home account for almost 50% of the ID theft. So now let's talk about some of the ways you can deter identity theft. So let's look at some ways you can safeguard your personal information. Shred financial documents before discarding them. Protect your social security number. Do not carry it with you. Don't give out personal information unless you're sure who you're dealing with. Don't use obvious passwords. Try to use passwords that have at least 8 characters, including letters and numbers. Keep your information secure. If you have a computer, make sure you have a firewall, virus, and spyware protection in place. So how do you detect identity theft? You need to be aware of mail or bills that don't arrive on time. Or if you're denied for credit and can't understand the reason why, it may be that you've had identity theft. Inspect your credit report. You're entitled to one free credit report each year from each reporting agency. You get them at annualcreditreport.com or by calling 877-322-8228. Inspect your financial statements. Look for changes or things that you didn't do. You can see identity theft is detected almost evenly by outside sources such as your bank or institutions and by people who find out on their own. Although reporting lost or stolen cards is important and looking at your statements to make sure everything looks right, electronic monitoring and looking and observing closely is still the most prevalent way to detect identity theft. Today, many companies have become much better at helping detect identity theft. You can see the various ways that people find out. Because of the increase in identity theft of minors, you need to watch for mailing your child's name, teach your children about privacy online, and don't give away information or post information about your child online. So how do you defend against identity theft? If you feel identity theft has occurred, you need to act immediately by placing a fraud alert by calling any of the 3 major credit reporting agencies. Close any accounts that you feel have been tampered with or opened fraudulently. Review your credit reports carefully, looking for fraudulent activity. If you find fraudulent activity, it is important to file a police report immediately. Also, contact the Federal Trade Commission so that you can be added to the identity theft information. Another thing you can consider is placing a freeze on all your credit reports. You must call each agency individually, and the cost for this will vary by state. You can find out the cost for your states by going to consumersunion.org. Once you put that freeze in place, no accounts can be opened in your name. Many times, credit reports may not detect identity theft of minors' information, but you can receive a free scan at www.allclearid.com. This report will match a child's social security number to any open accounts. To help protect against medical ID theft, ask your medical provider how they are securing their records. Ask if there's another way that you can be identified other than using your social security number. Do not carry your medical cards or Medicare or Medicaid cards unless you're seeking medical services. And watch any medical billings closely for unauthorized charges. So where can you turn to get more help and information? You can cut back on the amount of credit card solicitations you receive in the mail by calling 1-888-5-OPT-OUT. And you can also register for the Do Not Call registry at 1-888-382-1222 to cut unwanted home phone solicitation. If you still want to learn more, you can call 1-877-ID-THEFT by phone, or by mail, contact ID Theft Clearinghouse, the Federal Trade Commission at 600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. Online, a great website is ftc.gov/ID theft. And some of the ones we've mentioned earlier, the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov, MyFICO or Score Info to get information about credit scoring. You can get your free credit reports at www.annualcreditreport.com or contacting any of the 3 major credit bureaus. And of course, you can always go to our site at www.apprising.com. We hope this information helps to keep you from becoming a victim of identity theft. If you would like more information on managing your personal finances, please contact us at 1-800-355-2227.